Coming to you live at 5 together with Twitch to bring you yet another set of juicy news, guys. Finally, Wargaming released the curtains about the upcoming Tier 11 vehicles. PTZ-78 and what was the other guy? STK-2. Yes, those tanks over here. We are finally able to see the abilities, the specs, the stats, the characteristics, but, well, definitely are going to be the final characteristics for those tanks because they do not allow us to test those vehicles on the test server. We can just look at them and nothing else. By the way, many people have been asking when is this update coming? And from the monthly rundown, what monthly we can see that update 2.1.1 is coming on 14th. So next week, Wednesday, guys. Not this Wednesday, but the next Wednesday, and the full calendar over here as well. So we're going to take a look at what those tanks are all about, how they perform, what is the ability and so on. This PTZ-78's ability, sequential rocket thrusters, could be potentially very, very fun. So they have a introduction trailer over here as well. Let's take a look at it and let's see what they have been cooking.
Update 2.1.1 is coming very soon. It marks the next step for Tier 11 in the game. We'll look at the
New guy talking. Oh yeah, by the way, they've released the, let's say, the final versions of the buffs and nerfs as well for the Tier 11s.
new branch of American tanks in the next video. And for now, we'll focus on 2 new Tier 11 vehicles and a rebalance of the existing ones.
All right. PTZ.
The PTZ-78 is the first Chinese tank destroyer with sequential rocket thrusters. The newcomer keeps the gameplay features of the branch's preceding vehicle, the WZ-113 GFT. Strong frontal armor, formidable HP, a gun with good penetration and damage. It's got it all. Plus, thrusters to boot.
All right. But those are different.
Like any other rocket boosters, these increase acceleration, but their primary task is something else. As they work independently of each other, the thrusters help the vehicle turn faster and make U-turns.
That's cool.
When it needs to, the PTZ can be dynamic enough to respond instantly to rear attacks, or vice versa.
That's crazy,
It can flank the enemy, nimbly spinning around for a devastating shot. Survivability, firepower, and exceptional maneuverability make the PTZ-78 a menacing and unpredictable opponent. It's hard to catch it off guard, but even harder to stop being surprised by spectacular U-turns in a tank destroyer.
Dude, that is so fast, actually. That is so fast, and I expect this one to be quite highly performing tank. It will be a high skill cap to maximize this ability over here, but you being able to maneuver like freaking E25 in Tier 11. Those jet boosts give you the ability to maneuver like E25, you know, the Tier 7 cockroach, right? Okay, let me turn down the video a bit. People saying video is too loud. Let's do it like this then. Yep, seems to be weird that usually I watch it at the loudest. So let's take a look at the PTZ over here. They also have the ability. I want to see how this ability itself looks like. Okay, so you have 10 charges. Is this how it works? Solid fuel thrusters that boost acceleration, mobility. It's 10 seconds. Okay, it's just 10 seconds. Like, look at this. This maneuverability can actually get people into problem. Okay, it did lose 1 charge, though. Yes, it did lose 1 charge, actually, over there. The left and right thrusters can work independently of each other for faster hull traverse. And do not restrict reverse capability. I'm just looking at how this guy's maneuvering. Yeah, like you can do such a crazy and fast U-turns in this. Definitely such a crazy and fast U-turns. So let's take a look at the full upgrade over here. So you get more alpha, more pen, more HP when it comes to overview. Firepower, you get better aiming time, better accuracy, more gun depression. So once again, and more gun traverse limit as well. So once again, the fully upgraded version of this is actually quite significantly better. So 770 alpha, 300 pen, or 400 pen. 300 or 400. 0.35 base dispersion, 2.3 second aim time, 17 reload time, 7 degrees gun depression. You know, not the best, but for this tank, not the worst either. And 13 to the left, 13 to the right. That's actually nutty pen, plus 90 pen with 1150 HE damage. This can be very, very scary, actually. Very scary. So you get 100 extra hit points from the upgrade, 390 meter view range. So view range is not an issue as well. 2.3k, 130 armor with slope. And 26 traverse limit. Mobility, engine power 1.1k. You get 1210 with thrusters. Is that just extra 110 or is it full 1.2k extra? Question mark. Boosts available. So yes, it has 10 boosts available with 10-second duration, and thruster cooldown is 12 seconds. Okay, so you can't spam it. Like that. Top speed 40 and 45, 16 moving backwards with thrusters on. It doesn't affect it. So basically you can cancel it. Yeah, like it runs for 10 seconds, but if you want to reverse, you can do it, and the thrusters turn itself off because they turn itself off as well while you are, you know, wiggling, let's say, turning to the left, to the right. They turn it off in that way as well. So boost is activated. And let's take a look at it one more time over here. Yeah, seems to be very fast turning, so you know that could get you into trouble and you could miss your shot because of that. If you overturn, let's say. All right, so this is PTZ-78. First look, at first glance, could be pretty damn powerful.
The second vehicle that's about to appear on the battlefield is the Tier 11 Japanese STK-2 heavy tank.
All right.
It carries on the traditions of the Type 71 branch, with great gun depression thanks to hydro-pneumatic suspension, good turret armor, and a gun with impressive damage per minute. But the STK-2 also has an ace up its sleeve. This tank's main feature is the active gun cooling mechanic, which affects its firing accuracy. When the gun is cooled, it has minimal dispersion, like the best snipers in the game. After firing, the gun heats up, which increases the aiming circle. But the heat quickly dissipates, and the dispersion decreases as the gun cools. You can fire right after reloading without waiting for the gun to cool fully, and even then the accuracy will be at a comfortable level. Continuous fire raises the temperature together with the dispersion, but at close range the STK-2 will still be able to hit opponents. The active gun cooling mechanism lets you be flexible and adapt to various combat scenarios. When you fire unhurriedly, the STK-2 causes damage accurately and steadily, even from long range. If you need to fire as often as possible, sacrificing dispersion for high damage per minute, this tank will be a great choice, especially on the front line. Like all Tier 11 vehicles, the STK-2 and PTZ-78 have their own upgrade system. As you research them, their mechanics become more comfortable and more effective. It hasn't been long since...
All right, so STK, by the looks of this clip over here, once you fire once, the aiming circle gets actually quite significantly bigger. Come on, shoot! Yeah, quite significantly bigger actually. Previously it was covering the mouse basically fully, but look at this now, you know. Second shot, and after that, how big is it? Yeah, quite a big one. But You don't have to wait like on the Type 71. You know, it's like basically like Type 71's gun, right? If you want to get the most accurate shot in Type 71 as well, you have to wait a little bit longer. So let's take a look at this vehicle that gets also more pen and more alpha. So let's take a look at it. 270 pen, 330 with premium, 480 alpha. Definitely high damage slapping. 9.7 second reload. Fully heated gun cooling time 32 seconds. Cooling delay time 0.09. Heat per shot 60%. 9 degrees of gun depression. And you can get more. Yeah, you can get more from the upgrades. And also upgrades actually make your gun cooling up to 8 seconds faster. Under the survivability, it has very good view range, 50 extra hit points from the upgrades, and the mobility, you get more engine power, so power to weight ratio, traverse speed, and some top speed as well. So yeah, this is like way more straightforward with a little bit extra gimmicks extension from the Type 71, right? Like compared to the PTZ-78, this brings actually something new to the game. Yeah, jet boosters still, yes, are jet boosters, but they work quite a bit differently. Especially the fact that you're able to reverse as well while those are active. According to this, at least, if I understood this correctly right here. All right, for me, out of those two, definitely the more interesting one will be the PTZ-78. But STK-2, by the looks of it, is also going to be quite a strong one with that 470 fully upgraded alpha damage. And now they are talking about the rebalance as well. So let's take a look at this section. Where is it? Okay, here it is.
The game, but the vehicles have already managed to prove themselves in battle. We've collected a lot of data, plus plenty of your feedback. That's why in update 2.1.1, the characteristics of 6 vehicles are going to change. The STRV 10712 now switches to pillbox mode from travel and siege mode faster, and exits it quicker too. The reload time in pillbox mode has been reduced, and dispersion has decreased. Load time.
So, is this going to change too many things? Well, actually, 2-second pillbox mode to siege mode. That means you're able to get at least some mobility, from the siege mode. From the pillbox mode's 0 mobility into siege modes, some mobility at least in 2 seconds. That's quite a significant improvement. Helps you to survive if you actually go for the pillbox. I will test it out, when this comes live. I will force myself to play inside the pillbox mode as much as possible. Like, I have free marked STRV 107, and during the entire free marking, I used pillbox mode only once, and it was because Twitch chat wanted me to see me using the pillbox. Yeah. So yeah, it also gets, it already did get, pillbox mode already did get better dispersion and reload time, and now they're buffing it basically just even more.
In pillbox mode has been reduced and dispersion has decreased. This makes the vehicle more versatile and lets you change positions and cause damage where you need to there and then. Following the changes, the Hirshkäfer causes more damage per shot at 0 preheat and reloads faster. Dispersion.
Okay, so it did get 600 base alpha, which means, you have more DPM because of the alpha buff, and also 0.2 second reload time boost, which doesn't do it much. They also lowered the gun dispersion during turret traverse a little bit. If percentage-wise I remember correctly, it was 9%. Now, for average player, like if you didn't like the things you didn't enjoy about the Hirshkäfer before, it is not going to change it that much. It is definitely going to make the vehicle better because you have higher base alpha. You know, it gets up to the 800 alpha a little bit faster as well because it starts from 600 now, not from 550 as before. But, you know, is this going to be enough for most of the players? I don't think so. I don't think so. It still has the same big problems what it had before, right? Hirsch can gook, you know. Hirsch can gook. Some good games besides shells as well. But it's hard to play, you know, way harder to play. Still no fully rotating turret. How would you buff Hirsch yourself without making it overpowered? How about like 650 base alpha and fully rotating turret and do not touch anything else? How about that?
On turret traverse has decreased too. Thanks to this, the German tank destroyer is more effective in combat without the boost from the vehicle's unique mechanic. The Object 432U has more HP and a faster reload. The hull front now has less weak spots. The thermoballistic overcharge mechanic has been made more efficient. The changes make it more convenient and less risky. Now the reward for waiting won't be as long in coming. In combat mode, the CS-67 shock.
So about Object 430, the main buffs were to the ability. Yes, it has a little bit more DPM as well. You know, they buffed the reload time. But the ability is so much better. It's actually so much better. You can hold your charge longer, your penalty is lower, and so on. But still, the best DPM out of this tank comes if you just keep slapping. You know, the shell cooking is basically if you are going to peek, you take your first shot in the fight, you see an opportunity to do it. Don't overthink it.
Mechanic has been made. The reward reloads 67 Szakal, fires more accurately and reloads faster. It's
yeah, this tank actually is getting quite a significant buff, and the Szakal will be very dangerous. Accuracy, DPM, stabilization, reverse speed, like all this is making this tank actually quite good. It is already, in my opinion, pretty damn good. It's hard to play, but it's very good tank. And this will make it level.
And gun stabilization have also increased. This lets the tank engage in maneuverable combat with more comfortable dispersion while moving and good damage per minute. The French AS-XX40T medium tank has lower dispersion on hull and turret traverse, as well as after firing. Magazine
reload and shell velocity. I think the base shell velocity, APCR velocity buff is actually the biggest thing over here. For me personally, plus of course the gun dispersion after the shot over here, but this shell velocity upgrade, 38%, it had 1000 base if I remember correctly. That will be big. It's, yeah, I'd rate it more like a 50B than Batchet. It has more similarities to AMX 50B than to Batchet because of no camo, massive size and so on, but yeah, it can be dangerous.
Loading has become faster. The velocity of APCR shells has risen by almost a third. Some characteristics from the upgrade system have been redistributed to make the tank more dangerous in its base configuration. All this will help it deliver damage better, feel more comfortable in duels, and support aggressive allied assaults more efficiently.
Like this is this is something that they should do with they should overlook at actually a couple other tanks as well, including Hirshkäfer. There are some tanks which are just straight up bad compared to its like stock compared to the upgrade versions. Some tanks are too reliant on the upgrades. Many tanks are good right out of the box, like, you know, Hacker, Tasherat, Borkengefer, of course, they get extra boost, but they already work very, very good right out of the box. But some tanks are simply straight up bad at first.
The Leopard 120 has higher HP, better stabilization while moving, and greater firing accuracy. the velocity of heat shells has grown significantly. As a result, the Leopard is more reliable in its key role of ensuring that targets are destroyed where accuracy and fast reactions are needed. Very soon, you'll be able to charge into battle in new Tier 11 vehicles.
That's kind of weird flow of the video and the announcer. It's like all glued together. I don't know. I need to get used to the new guy over here reading. But Leopard, more hit points.
And greater firing accuracy.
I think the biggest thing is going to be the heat shell velocity from 1k to 1.36k. With the skill ability, you can like hit close to 1,500 heat velocity with the cruise skill. You know, that boosts your shell velocity. This will be very, very big actually for Leopard 120 weather accuracy dispersion. You know, dispersion is still not Leopard 1's level, and that's the biggest problem for people, you know. The biggest problem for Leopard 120 is that Leopard 1 exists, right? People are used to the just God tier stabilization and all the time available gun handling, but you know, we'll see. When the upgrades come out, I wanted to make a video about this tank already from the test server, but on the test server, they did not have this. They had all the other buffs, but they didn't have the shell velocity on heat round buff. So yeah, this is going to be live and coming to EU server at least on January 14th. And this is when the Holiday Ops event and everything is over and ends. Holiday Ops maybe ends on 12th, if I'm not mistaken, could be wrong. But yeah, stay tuned. We are going to play with the new tanks, of course. As soon as they come out, I will let you know what I feel about, or how I feel about them, what I think about them, with the buffed, not nerfed, but buffed tier 11s as well. When they come live. What do you think about all of that? Which tank for you is more interesting? New one, Tier 11, PTZ or STK-2? Let me know in the comment section, and let's stay tuned for the Ares 90C, which they didn't showcase in this video. It will get its own article and video, as they said as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I will catch you next time with something else. Stay awesome, stay beautiful, take care, and bye.